Hello. So today we've got a couple of people from around the world talking about how we can have year-long content sharing on BMC communities, because you guys have wonderful knowledge. Let's make sure it's leveraged in a scalable way. Just as a background, everything began with the sessions at BMC Engage. A lot of sessions were submitted in the past, I guess, months or so, and all of them could not be accepted. So that's how things started, and now we would want to make sure that we leverage this knowledge all year long. So to begin with, because I spoke too much already, to begin with, let's make sure we all introduce ourselves, beginning with Doug Hines.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Doug Hines. I'm a remedy developer for a healthcare system in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and submitted a session for Engage. Unfortunately, was not accepted, but I'm still willing to put whatever I was going to do out there for whoever wants to consume it.
Thank you for that. And by the way, I definitely loved your session. Then we have Jason.
Hi, Jason Miller from the United States. I'm very interested in this topic. You know, we've kicked around the ideas for a while about how can we do things online to share some knowledge. So this is really exciting. Oh, and by the way, I play with remedy stuff.
Excellent. And Mr. LJ Longwing.
LJ Longwing. I've been doing remedy for almost better part of 2 decades now. Love to participate in the community, and really excited about the thought of having annual or year-round session sharing.
Excellent. And by the way, you all have been sharing a lot on BMC Communities these past years, and I guess that's why you're here today. And we've got, I guess, the only BMC employee with me today. That's Laurent.
Hi, hello. So I'm Laurent Matteo. I'm working for BMC France and quite active on the BMC community. So, well, that's all.
And is that Mr. Rydweg, calling from Switzerland?
Hello, I'm Vincent. I'm an ex-BMC employee, and I'm working for State of Geneva in Switzerland.
Excellent, excellent. So, how should we start? The interaction model, I guess, you have on BMC Communities, because what we will talk about, the future of year-long sharing is about, giving part of your brain. Sharing your brain is in a more scalable manner than what is done today. So let's begin with current status. Doug, how do you use communities?
A lot of what I do, at least recently, has been asking questions. I don't feel as technically inclined as some of the people I'm sharing this panel with today. So in order to get to their level, I ask questions. I try not to ask the same question twice, but there's definitely a lot of questions I ask. The few things that I do know, I try to respond to, whether it's in documents that I get posted out there, or just responses to questions that people ask. It's really a geek's geek forum, if you will. If you have questions that you need to help in terms of your support, we're all here to help you, even if you are paying for BMC support. No, not to trash them or anything.
Excellent. And you posted a pretty high-level topic for now on BMC Communities, something that you'd like to share more about? Right.
So a lot of us are really great technically. We're proud to call ourselves geeks. Don't get it wrong. When I said the title of my talk was IT Geek to IT Professional, I was not downing the term geek at all. I still consider myself a geek. I have an electrical engineering degree, and you can't spell geek without 2 E's. Yeah, I know, it was a bad joke. See, IT geek. But the thing is over my career, I've found that I can't talk geek speak, if you will, or elite speak, to business people who are holding the strings to the coin purse. When I go to talk to them, I have to talk about how my project is going to help their mission or the core business of whatever I'm working on. I mean, I currently work for healthcare, so how does IT in my project benefit making sick people better? And that was really the idea of my talk, is to help people realize what they're trying to do whenever they're doing a proposal. It's, sure, you want something bigger, stronger, faster, but how does that relate to what your boss cares about or your boss's boss cares about? So,
Lovely.
Yeah.
Let's go too much in depth on each session right now, just to understand your usage pattern. So, Jason, how do you use BMC committees?
It's really the core of how I stay connected to other Remedy developers and what's going on. More largely, step back a little bit, the BMC world. I spend a decent amount of time there and interact a lot, try to get things like this effort going, and ideation. I was a big part of that a few years back. So just whatever I do, whatever efforts going on that I think will help other BMC customers. I hang out there a lot.
And you've been a blogger these past years.
Yeah, I have been. The last year or so, I have not blogged as much as I would have liked, but it's on my to-do list to get back on it.
Whatever, blog, document something, pushing content, not pushing, serving content to be consumed. Lovely. LJ.
Well, I've been using communities in the same way that I used ARS List for many years. That I use communities as a way to stay up with the current status of Remedy and BMC in general. It allows me to stay current on what sort of problems people are having, what sort of solutions there are to those problems, and can't tell you how many times over the years I've found a solution to a problem I didn't yet have, and within weeks of finding the solution to the problem, coming across that exact same situation at my job, and using the solution already provided in communities to solve that problem in hours instead of sometimes days or weeks if I was living in a vacuum and having to solve every problem myself. So communities is very valuable for me on a daily basis.
Excellent. Laurent, are you helping answering discussions, posting stuff? You've been a heavy blogger.
Yeah, but sadly I have less time since I joined BMC. But I plan to come back and do more stuff. Basically, I'm still using actually a lot the communities, more like on a search and like a knowledge base. And actually, that's quite funny because last week I was at a customer. We had a problem on reconciliation, and I found the answer basically not in the BMC knowledge base, but on the communities. So I found the defect number, the exact problem, and so on. So I'm still using pretty much like LG. It's like my first knowledge base actually. Community is my first knowledge base.
Sounds highly cool to me. And Vincent?
Yes, I'm using BMC Community to share search, and I've been using communities and for answering questions a lot in the past, but now I have less time. My primary is just to share knowledge and learn from other knowledge, and just if I have some time to answer.
Okay, good, excellent. So some of you posted content proposal directly in the Engage community. Some of you posted actually submitted a paper for Engage that was or was not accepted. That's not the point here. So between posting an overall abstract and delivering a live session that, like we're doing right now, talking between friends or community members about a given topic, how much time, how much effort would it need? I guess from beginning to start.
Well, I personally think that going from a concept to presentation would probably take, I want to say, depending on the person and their experience with it, anywhere from 5 to 10 hours worth of effort to go from concept, polishing it up, and building a PowerPoint slide to go through, and being prepared to present a topic. And
Any other perspective here?
Well, I guess I kind of want to ask a question. Do you think that the sessions we're kind of talking about would be a half hour or 45 minutes or an hour?
I'm never about controlling. If some topics need 30, 45, 60 minutes, whatever. Well,
historically speaking, at Rugs and Engage last year, my experience is that most sessions that we're talking about that we're trying to replicate in a virtual fashion here are 45-minute sessions. But a couple of years ago, I actually ended up having a half-hour session with everybody enjoying getting out of their session a little bit early so they could go take a snack or something like that. So I think it's really dependent on you and what you want to be able to produce.
And if you guys are familiar with the TED Talks, they last 18 minutes. So really focused, really in depth, 18 minutes. Then we could add 50% obviously for Q&As. But there is no need for big preparation for a big long session. The point is to get something out of your brain and post it on the community.
But in this case, it's not like Engage then, because in 80 minutes you don't really have the time to do something very elaborate or something. Like maybe, for example, the breakout I presented will be like on performance tuning, for example. I have a lot of hard time thinking that it can fit in 18 minutes. But for example, I have some other ideas, for example, on Bird Designer and JavaScript coding. This could fit in 18 minutes because it won't. It would be too short to fill 45 minutes. So I guess it will depend. Maybe it's good because it will force some people to do some, or give the opportunity to do small sessions. For example, when you have an idea for a breakout, but it's too short to fill really the 45 minutes. Maybe giving the opportunity to, 18 minutes, 30 minutes, 45 or 1 hour. And,
I buy that. Anybody fully agrees or fully objects?
Yeah, I agree that we should really leave it open to whatever topic the person is wanting to submit.
Yeah, I think we do have the opportunity where we don't necessarily in a conference setting to go much longer than the 45 minutes or the hour, because there also have been those deep dive sessions where people are not ready to leave the room yet. After an hour, they still want more. And so, of course, you have to think about losing people's interest, but sometimes people want it, and it can take an hour, hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, and so maybe we split up a session, part 1, part 2, but there's a neat opportunity here.
And I love all your perspective. The way I see it is usual content management and content strategy. Sometimes when I talk with bloggers internally, they begin to create highly cool, comprehensive content. And it's going to be a blog that is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pages long, and it takes weeks to finalize it, and then it happens. Instead of having one big chunk, maybe it could be 5 smaller chunks or 2 smaller chunks. So that's pure content management, so that we have quicker time to market on any knowledge that would be shared. Does it resonate with you guys?
I think so. I think that would work, especially, say you have 2 hours worth of material prepared and you have it segmented up. You might have, it might build, and so there's more basic information at the beginning and you get to the really advanced stuff. Some users might know the basic stuff, so they'll only watch the part 2 or part 3. So yeah, that makes sense. It'd almost be like, chapters.
And just so you know, you guys are not in the strategic world. But in Blade Logic Server Automation, pretty soon there is going to be a post with a table of content, a post from a support friend, a table of content pointing to various part of his big video. So that's exactly the way it's designed to address several maturity stages for the audience. Cool. So
well,
go ahead.
I was just going to ask to the audience, and I guess Matt, because you usually host these types of things, for the recording and the ability to do the Q&A, would we still want to use a platform like Hangouts or Skype, or do we have something that's a little more polished where we could remove, I don't know, random comments on the side and just kind of save those to either text-based questions or, I don't know, mute everybody until the end? I mean, what are your thoughts on that?
Again, I'm more about enabling engagement than controlling. So there must be pretty secure platforms for delivering this. But experience shows that the Hangout is a highly quick and efficient way to make sure we interact. All of them sharing faces. Somebody can share the PowerPoint, can share the screen, and it's published live. It's actually streamed live on YouTube, so that a lot of people can ask questions. So I don't know, for now, experience on Google Hangout has been pretty positive. Anybody has some perspective on that?
Actually, if you go to the Google Plus link, you can see that you can open the window where people are seeing us right now. And actually, you can ask questions from here directly. Yeah. You've got an application to ask questions, so you can do questions, and I guess we can answer them. I guess we can try. I will try to ask a question.
So if I open the Q&A module,
this is great. We're learning live.
Yeah.
So, and by the way, not sure if I activated that or not for this Hangout. We did it for the India user group with Aniban some time ago. There are ways for viewers to ask questions, obviously, and us to answer as a forum. There are also ways for people to upload when there is something interesting in the Hangout. So it's pretty interactive, and I guess that having the ability to force to mute somebody may or may not useful. Just for the fun of it, I can mute Laurent because hey, it feels good. But
finally,
but Jesus, how can I unmute you? I cannot unmute you. Are you back, Laurent? Now, okay, he is lying. So yeah, it seems to work pretty fine. From a resolution point of view, do you guys think that it's supposed to be HD? Do you guys think that it's good enough for a PowerPoint and for a live demo of something?
I think so. It's definitely a starting point. So yeah, as we get some experience and learn, we'll go from there.
Okay, so here, I don't know if you guys see it live on the Q&A thing. Laurent asked, "Do you see my question?" Rick?
Yeah, and Rick and Carl actually, so they cannot join or something.
Apparently, I said I'm watching this. So I did invite Rick. Rick.
What I propose is that I want to do something about BERT, designer, the JavaScript part. Maybe we can do a dry run on it, testing on the Hangout and see how it goes. It will be very fast, like 18 minutes or something. It's really focused on one particular question, so maybe we can try. It will be like a PowerPoint and a very fast demo, and we'll see if the quality is high enough for a demo. Not right now, obviously, but quite soon.
Yeah, to give it a try.
Yeah.
And I guess give it a try on something with real meat behind it, right?
Yeah, of course. Thank you, Matt. Thank you for confidence and.
And you guys can celebrate because Mr. Danny Kellett is joining.
Oh.
Danny, can you hear us?
Yes, can you hear me?
You bet. And Carl is joining. Jesus.
Right, outstanding.
Hey, Danny and Carl.
Hello, everyone.
So, welcome, friends. You need to introduce you guys because it's recorded live publicly. It's recorded live and streamed publicly, as you know. You may want to introduce you guys and also, Carl, say where you work from right now.
Okay, I'll go first quickly. An ex-BMC Remedy employee. Been contractor since 2007. Also part of an SSO company. Yeah, I love the communities. Unfortunately, I don't get to post as quick as you guys. I have to say, every time I think, right, coffee time and let's see what problems are out there, one of you guys have already answered. But I personally use it for both things, really, to see if I can help anyone. But lately, it seems to be, I seem to use it to actually learn something, if I'm perfectly honest with you. But yeah, I like what we're doing. I am one of the people that have had my talk rejected, which is slightly disappointing, but we are where we are. And yeah, I joined because I pretty much know most people on the call. Wanted to say hi.
Excellent, and welcome, Danny. And by the way, if you can show your screens, show your webcams, that would be terrific, okay. Either on your phone or whatever you use.
Right.
And just to make sure, the point today is not to talk about the selection process for Engage, but definitely to talk about how we can enable year-long content creation on BMC Communities with presentations or even videos like what we're doing right now with people talking about a specific topic.
Yeah, okay, understood.
Carl? We lost Carl? We lost Carl. So just to set the stage here, Carl is calling us from South Africa. So yeah, good to have many countries and continents around today. Danny, what are the two key specific topics you'd like to enable everybody on and post on BMC Communities?
My opinion, and it's just my opinion, is that some of the things that I really struggle in this industry with is things that are not well documented or seems a bit of a dark art, etc. So, for example, performance tuning is just a passion of mine because I think we all, no matter what customers out there, I think everyone's experienced some form of performance issue. So even being able to get under the bonnet a bit, really understand what's going on, even if it improves things 2%, it's still a 2% improvement, etc. So that's one thing I'd love to see more of. And the second thing I think that as a community we fail at is new products. Although the recorded sessions and the WebExes are great, unfortunately I personally think that the sound on the WebExes are not that great. So I kind of turn off after half an hour because it's not negative to anyone in particular, but I think if we can improve the sound on those sessions would be fantastic. But I tend to switch off, so more on new products. So for example, how people are really using Mighty, are they really using exclamation mark incident, are they recommending it even though it's there, are they actually recommending it to their customers to do it, etc. Or what are the bad points that customers said, you know, don't do this because this happens, all that sort of stuff. So two things there, performance is one, and real life scenarios of implementing new products is my second.
Excellent. We didn't talk. We could obviously talk about many topics for these sessions. The format of how we deliver the content. What do you guys think? We talked about obviously a document with some text and perhaps a PowerPoint, and perhaps later on a video, a recorded video like what we're doing right now. How does it sound to you guys? Vincent, stop joking on the chat window. Pay attention to what happens here.
Yeah.
Busted.
So Vincent, you were not listening.
Yes, I'm listening.
So what about the format of how you can share knowledge, like text, pictures, screenshots, obviously, a PowerPoint, which is more formal, and then perhaps a video with a couple of experts, guests, talking about this topic. What do you think about all these steps?
Yeah, PowerPoint is just for presentation. So if you are not speaking and presenting the PowerPoint, you can have just one picture by slide, but nobody will understand the content of your presentation. PowerPoint with a video recording can be a good solution, but for content sharing, you must have a Q&A and you must have people that asking questions at the end. Document, but more like a wiki. I think a document, but more like wiki. For example, for performance and tuning, everybody can. It's a really big part. You have a lot of tools. You have a lot of tips, and for knowledge sharing, I think the best support is wiki. With multiple documents, pictures, videos.
Okay, and all these things could be done within documents, right, on BMC Communities?
Yes, we can do that with documents. But with documents on BMC Communities, I've seen I have never seen another people except admins that are modifying document for another person to add content.
Any other experience on this?
Well, it is a capability. I think you're right. It's not being done as much as it should be. I think, I have noticed this by people's replies where somebody will post a document and nobody else wants to touch it. They don't want to do that collaboration because they think it's that person's pristine document. Yeah. So I think we do need to promote more, hey, everybody, put your knowledge in here. If they put something in, just like Wikipedia, if something gets put in that's inaccurate, somebody's going to catch it and correct it.
Yeah.
And let's take an example that we actually created, most of us together with Michi too, about 4 years ago. That was during WWRUG 12, I believe, or 11, can't even remember. That was the AR system development best practices document or something. And then it was, wiki style. It was used a table of content, then pointing to various other documents. And all of the things were updated by many of us. Yeah. I mean, not me because I'm clueless, but many of you in this hangout today. So collaboration can definitely happen here, and content pointing to other content. And
host video
is here.
Do you need...
Danny, you may want to. Jesus, how did I forget that? I want to make a picture of all you guys. We've lost Danny.
Yeah, sorry, I was on mute. Can you hear me?
Okay.
Matt, can communities host videos, or do you need to put them on something like YouTube or Vimeo and then just use a symbolic link in the hosting to link back to that?
So there is a video module that we did not acquire because this video module is highly cool when you have secret videos. When you want to manage permissions on videos, that's not what we want to use here. So we could embed Vimeo, YouTube, whatever. And if we use Google Hangout, everything is quick and easy. YouTube streams live the Hangout, It's then posted on your YouTube channel. You just have to embed it in your document.
Okay, thank you.
Actually, I prefer YouTube because there is a nice fit. What?
Vincent again?
There is a nice feature I like in YouTube. I made for some videos I will show when it's released. Because I cannot show them right now. So basically, you can do like you can add some text to the video, for example, and you don't have to re-encode the video when you do it. You can change annotations or little text or like. So I like this feature. So I think it's better to put them in YouTube. But maybe you need a YouTube account. Maybe if it's a long video or something, maybe you need to post a lot of videos to have. I think there is still the limit of 20 minutes the first few times you upload a video. I don't know if it's removed or if it's still the same. But I prefer YouTube basically.
Okay, so we have a good set of feedback around YouTube. So hey, what needs to happen except all of us finding time to make it for real?
And one thing we haven't really discussed, almost everybody on this call, if not everybody, is remedy related. But for anybody that wants to, jump in from a control M or a blade point or a remedy force perspective, we definitely need to not just make this a remedy focus effort. That's everybody that's here today, but this should be encouraged from a BMC-wide perspective to make sure that everybody knows that they can do this and join in on it.
You bet. You bet. And did we lose Laurent?
Looks like it.
Okay. So a couple of people from non-remedy world were invited. We have Robert Stinnett, but is stuck with big production issues apparently. So good luck to him, Robert. We're thinking about you here. And we had who else did we have? Richard MacLeod. You guys may not be familiar with him because he's a Blade Logic guy. Yeah, Richard was awesome enough to create the first ZipKit. ZipKit is a terrific content, crowdsourced product content program where customers share product content, settings of Blade Logic, and then other users can take settings, import them in Blade Logic, and enjoy the result. So Richard was one of the first to really embrace this program and post his own settings on BMC Communities. So they are not here. Too bad.
So Matt, can I ask Matt? So is the idea to make more of a rug engage style thing, online, like an interactive thing, or maybe like Lawrence said with YouTube videos, almost leading into what education does with WBTs, etc. What the actual idea, or is it both?
So we are designing the idea, to be honest.
Okay.
You've got a very good point. We'll talk with Eric Wharton or whoever is not Eric Wharton. Jesus, I'm a mess. With Kim Wharton about how WBTs could synergize with that. But the whole point is, I guess the business pain we need to fix is, you guys have awesome knowledge. You're more than happy to share it. How can we make it happen? The way it will synergize with other programs, we'll deal with it. It's a highly good problem to have.
Okay, cool.
But to come back on your bigger picture, I definitely would like other teams to be other teams within BMC, not only the other products like we talked about with Blade Logic and etc., other kind of users, but other teams within BMC to fully embrace this this initiative. I already saw Michel Marquez from the documentation team. I already saw Michel Marquez being interested in that. So yeah, let's start with something and improve it iterations. And by the way, yeah, go ahead. I talk too much. I'm bad. Go ahead.
I was going to say that's a good point. I was in the San Jose office a few weeks ago, and just being in the room with the engineers, and they have so much knowledge to share, and they're more than willing to share it. They've got their job to do, obviously, and they're trying to get ready for, I'm talking Remedy specific again, they're getting ready for a big release. But if we got a good format down, worked out the bugs, and if we could get them involved, to get them on camera and do what they were doing in a small setting, but more publicly like that, there would be so much to gain from that.
Yes.
Kind of a.
Go ahead.
Kind of an evening with engineering type thing, but but built out with all of them in recorded sessions.
Yeah, like every Friday. Every Friday evening with engineering, with beers and pizza at home.
Yeah.
Okay, this is
dinner with the designers.
Definitely way bigger than the initiative we were talking about. But yeah, makes a lot of sense and should be done in sync. So we've got Laurent ready to make the first test with real meaty stuff. Yeah, good things about BERT to know here.
Yes.
So that's a good one. And we've got Carl Wilson joining.
And we have Carl, or sorry, not Carl, but we've got Doug and Mishi, both with topics that they'd like to present as well. So that's 3 topics, and I don't know if we would want to do like a once a week schedule type thing, or if we would want to do a once a month schedule with various topics. But I think that we've already got quite a bit of interest in some topics. We just need to see if we can get more of them prepared and see if we can keep this going for all year type thing.
I love that. Let's definitely not give us too much pressure on the cadence right now. We know that all of us can push content, upload a PowerPoint easily. Creating such hangout is quick and easy. You create a hangout on here, you invite key experts you want to talk with, and then you're done. And then the YouTube video that was streamed live can be embedded in your post. We still have 4 minutes. Can we use 3 minutes to listen to Carl?
Do you really want to hear what I've got to say? No.
So the talk today, Carl, just to set expectation, is definitely to talk about how we can push content year long on BMC Communities.
Yeah, look,
so
I've been listening, but I'm just computer illiterate. For some reason, it came up on my phone, and so I didn't do that. Look, I'm like everyone else has said. I'm a heavy user of communities, and including the reason being is I get to people that I wouldn't normally get to with BMC. So, give you an example. I'm a heavy user of the Atrium Orchestrator forums because the top lead designers and the application engineers sit on there, and if I have an issue, I can have them validate it, and then as soon as I put in a request to BMC, I can just link them straight to that call, and I skip all of the roadblocks that you would normally get saying add log files and so on and like that. So I'm a big advocate for that. But I think, like you say, we are so busy at our normal jobs, having time to actually sit down and do presentations is going to be really hard. So even for the engage that we were going to do, that was Danny and I. It was going to find a lot of time for us to do those presentations in our normal day jobs. Just especially me, I'm flat out down here in South Africa doing sort of 18-hour days, but the communities are my lifeline. If I have an issue with any of the products, Remedy, Orchestrator, I'm straight on the forums. We have that knowledge, like you say, it's available. Sharing it's the hard bit.
And thanks for the nice words. Thanks for being the Atrium Orchestrator expert in this call today. So unfortunately, we did not get any Control M, Blade Logic, or Remedy Force person. It's fine. It's fine. Let's start with something. Laurent, you were willing to have a topic here around BERT. The goal would be for you to begin to post something, perhaps only a document with a draft of the abstract, get feedback, then perhaps the full PowerPoint, and then probably a hangout that we could record like that, and you would find the right experts to interact with for this hangout.
It's more a trick and tips, Like when you do a report and you want to do like an optional question or something, and in BERT you cannot redesign questions. For example, you want to select some companies or all companies, and you can do like or question or something, make something optional. It's null value, but null value exists in IRS and so on. So I found a trick, but it's more like a trick. So in this case, I would just post like a small abstract saying, okay, here is my problem, and here is how I solved it, but I wouldn't give the solution until you go to the Hangout. And then, of course, after the Hangout, you got the video from the Hangout, the document, and maybe a video where I explain exactly what happens. But if I give the solution before you come to the Hangout, there is no point in the Hangout anymore. So.
He does games. He does games even when he shares his brain. And I'm afraid we lost Doug. Doug Hines got kicked away from the closet. He was on to talk with us today. This is really authentic. I like that. Excellent. So, each of us, closing comment. Carl.
I think it's a good idea to share, but like you say, it's going to be a lot of hard work, and I agree with Laurent. They come to the communities, they ask a question, and then they just leave, and you don't hear from them again. You don't get things answered, or you don't get to share that quality, because all they want is one single answer, and they don't come back again. So I mean, we need to make it some kind of way that it is interactive, as such as you do one session and then you get a follow-up session. So if you're really genuinely interested, you do the follow-up session.
Excellent. Lovely. Danny, closing comment for you.
I'm actually genuinely interested in doing this. I'd like to keep it as interactive as possible. I hate death by PowerPoint like most people, so getting people on here, also sharing screens. I must confess, I don't really use Google Plus often, but as long as you can share screens, and if we're discussing things like BERT, you can go and actually see and click around and all that. Keep it nice and interactive. And I'm all for it, and I'm really happy to invest some time. So looking forward to it.
Excellent. Jason.
Yeah, I'm right along there with these guys. For years we've been talking at WWRUG and Engage, how do we get the virtual aspect? Not everybody can be there, whether it's funding, it's just time away from work. So now to bring this online, and especially in a more collaborative effort, we've already seen some feedback on Doug's proposed topic. So we can get that, as a community, work the proposal together and then make what people really want to see. That's cool.
Excellent, really interactive. LJ, your closing comment.
Yeah, I think if we can get this scheduled in advance, and like Carl was saying, do follow-ups and all that sort of stuff, I think that this could be a really great virtual conference for people who either can't make it to the actual conference, or maybe even in the future years you can go back and cover topics that you didn't know existed at the time, or you just came into a particular product. I think this will be a great boom for BMC to be able to share knowledge with their subject matter experts.
Excellent. Laurent.
Yes, I really like it. I really like the idea from LG, because basically it's not only like a subject matter expert, but also like customers. Because for example, when I worked with Jason a couple of weeks ago in San Jose, I could see that the guy was very fast and very. You could see when he wrote on the keyboard and everything that he was very fast. And so the thing is, I think that some customers are actually better the product than, for example, the consultant himself. So it's very interesting. No, I mean it. And I think it's very interesting to see other people from rather than BMC proposing something and showing something, tips, tricks, and everything. So it's really something that is not tied maybe to BMC or an editor or vendor, but more like the users and how they use the product and what they want to share. So I really like this part of the. So I really want to see that in the community right now.
Lovely point. If we want somebody to share tricks on Apache, that's fine. Apache is used by many products, and it's cool to have such tricks being shared. Cool, Laurent. Love it. Vincent, you're the last one for the closing comment. Okay, I will be the last one.
That's the
Vincent, did we lose you for the closing comment? Okay, too bad, Vincent. So, just to let you know, I had notification on BMC Communities in my inbox here on BMC Communities that Richard said, sorry, busy with a few things here, but listening via YouTube. So indeed, I see 5 viewers right now on this live streamed video. Thank you for your interest. Please join this crowd in, I guess, being ready and submitting content. Go ahead.
I've lost the connection. I'm back.
Good, good. Oh. So you will have the final closing comments. Before that, I would just say to you guys that obviously this video will be posted in a document or blog, whatever, tomorrow to share more for the rest of the crowd what was said today. Vincent, your turn for your closing comment about posting year-long content.
If you don't know it, learn it. If you know it, share it. And do not hesitate to add more content to existing documents like wiki. Use communities document as wiki. And yes, Ron.
Excellent. Well, thanks everybody. I'll definitely post that tomorrow, I guess. And let's get the ball rolling with Laurent.
Thanks for hosting, Matt.
Yeah, thank you.
Hey. Let's credit the people, Richard and LJ, who made this stuff happen.
Great. Can I just add something? If you want to join, you need to install Hangouts on your laptop, and that's the bit that was missing.
Yeah, and that's the technology piece. We all need to be familiar enough with those things so that it's quick and easy.
Yeah, that's a great point. That's probably a communities document right there, just how to set it up and the best practices.
Lovely.
Yeah, read the instructions.
See you next time, guys.
Have a wonderful day.
Bye, guys.
We heard you, Laurent, with your RTFM. Bye-bye.